It's like, for example, when somebody greets somebody in the States, because I noticed that's a thing that people in the States usually do. Hey, king. Hey, queen. Black
Mostly in the
queen.
conscious community. It's not
Yes,
everybody.
yeah, unconscious.
Yeah,
communities
conscious.
do have
Yeah,
that.
okay, yeah, conscious communities. But there's only one king. There's only one queen. So when everybody's being referred to as a queen or king, doesn't it devalue just that message
There's
in
not
itself?
only one king or one queen. You had multiple monarchs ruling simultaneously on the continent.
Okay, you're right about that. But in terms of who they're saying, who's a queen, who's a king.
The reason I don't think it's devalued because I don't think we use it enough. Most black women are referred to as bitches and hoes. You understand? They're not treated as royalty. And so I know that I'm probably the biggest reason why black men now call black women queens and black women call black men king. It predates me, but the saturation of it is largely me. Because when I first started calling black women queens, the brothers would say, why are you calling her a queen? And the sisters would say, why are you calling me a queen? You understand? So I had to make them accept the respect because they were so used to being held down here. You understand? So, you know, I take pride in it, and I don't think it's taken for granted because I can tell how sisters feel when they are addressed in that way because you have to put it in a historical context. Our women have been raped, abused, put down, called unattractive. Even today, they're the least desirable. You understand? So when you call them a queen, you're lifting them up. So I don't think it loses its power, you know, at all. Because what I'm doing is I'm projecting onto her natural God-given divinity that I need her to one day manifest. So this is an expectation when I say queen. So I don't have a problem with it being used. I love it.
So a person that's obese, and if we're calling them beautiful, right? You're a beautiful woman or whatnot.
So you can't be beautiful if you're obese?
I mean, you could still be beautiful, but like in terms of beauty standards,
Whose beauty standards?
well, the society that
No,
you're in.
whose society?
Well, right
White
now, currently,
people.
well, yeah, Western,
You're
yeah,
talking
Western,
about
yeah,
white standards.
yeah.
And why the hell do I care about what a white man considers beautiful?
Because you grew up in the society.
What that got to do with me?
So you're programmed
There's
the same
no
way we were
laws.
programmed.
Nah, not me. I deprogram myself. I don't want no Caucasian or her beauty standards. Give me a queen. Give it to me chocolate.
Black
Give it to me
queens.
caramel. Give it to me butter almond. Give it to me butterscotch. Give me fudge. I want a queen. I don't want no pale princess. I'm straight.
But
I don't use the white man.
obesity doesn't need to necessarily be with European women. That could be in the black community as well.
You can, but I don't. That because you are obese does not make you unattractive. And you also have to make sure that we're not assuming that the obesity is strictly due to lack of dietary discipline, because you can be obese for genetic factors, you could be obese for medical factors, you could be obese for psychological factors. There's a lot of reasons why people are obese that has nothing to do with food. In fact, one of the biggest reasons that we do overeat, and black women in particular, is because when you are eating and drinking, the process in the brain that allows you to experience depression and anxiety, it is arrested while you are eating. In other words, we are calmer when we eat. This is why when somebody wants to get you to close out a deal, they'll invite you to lunch. Let's go to dinner and talk about that. Because if I get you comfortable, you're more likely to sign on as opposed if you're not. So people eat to stop thinking about their problems. The biggest reason we have obese black women isn't because they're in love with food. It's because they're in love with the peace that food brings them. I love my obese sisters as much as I love my 5'5" thick in the thigh curvy sisters.
Okay.
Okay.
But when it comes to like say respect, you know, when it comes to, we don't respect everyone the same, right? So I wouldn't say even when we talk about say queens, say we're talking about queens or kings, for example, right? And then we're talking about now a degenerate side of the society or degenerate people, for example. I'm not assuming people are gonna have that type of respect to be like, oh yeah, the queen's there and the king's there. They're all like, you get what I mean? It's not, when you say those type of words, it is a sign of respect. And I know what you're saying when it comes to like the black women and what they've been through. It's a sign of respect you're giving to people. But is respect something that has to be earned, or is that something that's a given?
I think as African people, we have always believed in a basic level of respect for anyone, no matter what their situation is, because at the end of the day, they still have the same ashe of God in them that we all have. So even if you're not living to the standard that we expect of you, you would not be alive if God didn't still believe in you. Nobody's here by accident. And everybody has to bear their own cross and go through their own situations. So even if a sister is selling her body, even if a brother is strung out on alcohol, he still has the opportunity to redeem himself. So I'm still going to honor him and respect him the same way I wish he would do for me if I was in the same situation. So I don't change it. Can I criticize him? Yes, I can. Can I pull the sister to the side and say, why you walking around with this blonde weave on? It don't look right. Okay? Yes, I can do that. But at the same time, you know, I'm going to respect you regardless because you are an African and you are a human being. Your conduct is not going to reduce the level of respect I have for you as a human being. You understand that?
Yes.
Now, I may have to criticize your behavior. I may have to hold you accountable. I may have to exclude you from this particular movement because of your conduct. But I'm still going to respect you because the God that is in me is the same God that is in you.
Okay, so don't you feel that for every other ethnicity as well? Because you're saying that specifically for the African race.
So you're asking me why I don't call a white woman queen?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, you just
We're
said
doing
you
all
have to.
black women.
You just
Black
said we have to
queens.
respect all human beings.
Right, but
that's the thing.
Right, but when I call a sister queen, this is an in-group title of respect I'm giving to my women. It ain't got nothing to do with the Arabs, the Chinese, the Latinos, the East Indians, the Jews, or the Caucasoids. This is for black women only. I will respect white women, sure. I respect all humanity because I'm an African. So if a white woman is coming and I need to hold the door, I'm going to hold the door. If a white kid needs my help to get out of special ed or help his mom stop him from being expelled from school, I'm going to help him, and I do.
Okay.
You understand? But my priority and my obligation is my own people. No other group counts more than my own. And we don't count more than them. The problem with African people, because we've been so brainwashed by religion, we think we have to love other people as much as we love our own folks, and we never get any specialized attention because of that. That's when you hear Negroes say, I don't just love black people, I love everybody. That's just their way of saying you're not special to me because you're black, and that's a problem, because a Jew is always more special to a Jew than a non-Jew. An Italian is always more special than an Italian than a non-Italian. Only with black people do we not give ourselves a special level of honor in comparison to other groups.
So